Wait for a few people to get in here. I'll get this pulled up on my end. All right, looks like we got a couple people popping in. Hey, Vinny, how are you? Hector, hello. Jeff's Diner, good to see you. Abby, hello. Dave, what's going on? How are you doing? Bam Bam, hello. Surge. So, yeah, I just wanted to pop on and say hello. I feel like I've been neglecting my nighttime crowd. Let me scoot over a little bit here. I think my last two live streams have been daytime ones. I started doing daytime live streams just to see how they would go, and they were going so well that I kind of kept going, but I know there's some of you that aren't around during the day, so I need to pop in at night every once in a while to say hello as well. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a good week, right in the middle of the week today. MK, what's up? William, hello. Eric, how you doing? Elizabeth, hello over in San Diego. Ah, Hector, Punk died a long time ago. No, I'm just kidding, but it's probably just because I'm old. I feel like there's I'm sure I was gonna say I feel like there's no good new punk bands, but that's just because I'm old and I'm out of the loop. I don't know what I'm talking about. Karate Kid bike video was awesome, or was amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, I thought that was a cool one. I was excited to do it. I thought it was kind of unique. Of course, a lot of people, like I already expected, a lot of people have commented trying to argue and say that it's not the Karate Kid bike. And like I stated, 10 times in the video, there really is no proof whether it is or isn't. But I think I am going to do a follow-up video because there's a couple of things that I didn't point out in the first video. So I think I'm going to do a follow-up video to kind of reply to some of the people's comments. Oh, thanks, Vinny. I was surprised on how well that video did and how many people enjoyed it. I mean, of course, for me, it's really embarrassing. I am glad, though, that I do have the video, so that I can look back on it. Gerchop, what's going on? How are you? I mentioned you to a couple people this past week. Were your ears ringing? Yeah, but they're always ringing from all the loud music that I play. So I just assume it's from me causing myself to go deaf at an early age. But thank you for mentioning me to people. Francisco, hello in Grape City. A Nightmare on Elm Street locations. Yeah, I'm sure I'll do it. I think I've thought about it in the past, but I feel like a lot of people have done it. But I'll do it. What was the first punk band I got into? The Ramones. I mean, again, I think it's like what you would consider to be punk. Um, but I think like the first real punk band I got into was the Ramones. I've kind of talked about this before, but I'll just really quick again. Like at that point in my life, uh, from like 7 into my teenage years, like all we listened to was hip hop, and then I started discovering rock bands, and then it was my friend's older sister. She was a punk in high school, and she was like, "Oh man, like all that K rock music sucks. Like, come over here and you can borrow like one record a week. I'll let you take it home." And the first record that I borrowed from her was the Ramones' "It's Alive," and I still remember going home and putting it on the record player, and just like my mind was blown. It changed it changed everything. I thought it was the coolest thing I had ever heard in my life. I do not own a Wrinkles plush dog. And off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is. I probably do know. How long does it take to make a filming location? How much is research at home? So it really depends on the video. So the one that I just put out was for Heat, and that one was one of the. I don't know if it was. I was gonna say it's one of the most difficult videos to make. It was just there were so many locations, and to be honest, there was even a couple of locations that I wanted to find. I found like I think 90% of the locations, but there was a few that I wanted to find, and I just by the end like gave up because I was it drained me. Like there was so much, and then it took so long to edit the video. That one took me over a month to put together. They don't usually take me quite that long. They usually take me maybe a couple of weeks. Um, and that's not really counting the research at home. Usually, you know, usually maybe half a week to a week of filming, and then like another week of editing. Again, depends on how long the video is, how many locations there are, and then the research, that again totally depends on how much there already is online, how much stuff I have to find from scratch. I'm working on a video right now that has so far been pretty easy. There's not a ton of locations for it, so I'm actually almost done with the research, and I think I probably shouldn't jinx this. I think I can probably be finished filming it, like I don't know, maybe early next week. So true stories filming locations. I can. That's I think in Texas though. So there's a couple of things I'd like to do in Texas. I'll keep true stories on. I'll keep it on in the back of my mind there for you. Jeff says, "You're my new favorite channel, especially when you do the old defunct store commercials, etc. Wow, did that bring me back so much? Gave me memories of my mom. Rest in peace." Oh, well, I'm sorry about your mom, but I hope it gave you good memories. And thank you so much for the kind words there. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you found my channel and that you're enjoying it. And yeah, I gotta do some more of those videos of the old commercials and like the defunct stores. Those are fun. To Live and Die in LA video was awesome. Thank you so much. Grace says, hi, Kurt. Greetings from San Diego. I follow you on YouTube, and me and my fiance, Henry, always look forward to your vlogs. Keep up the good work and more power to the 80s. Thank you so much, Grace. I appreciate that. Hey, 80s kid, how are you? Thank you so much for the super chat, 80s kid. So nice of you, so generous. Hey, Kurt, it's almost 11 here in New York, but I figured I'd stop by for a brief. I have to set up a wedding for 600 people. Also, my family wants to send love to you and your family, and the videos 80s forever. Thank you so much, 80s kid. I really appreciate that. And I know how much work doing weddings can be. Being a DJ for over 20 years, I did my share of weddings, and I know how much trouble they can be. Paulo, hello, how you doing? Chad, thank you so much. Thank you for watching the Heat video. I absolutely can do Point Break, Brian. It's on my list. I just got to get to it. Oh, no, Vinny, you didn't like Bright Lights, Big City? I don't remember a lot about that movie. The only thing that I remember, I have the soundtrack. That's the one, right? Yeah, I have the soundtrack because it has a Prince song on the soundtrack, and it's actually kind of an obscure Prince song that you couldn't get on vinyl anywhere else. So I bought the soundtrack purely to have that Prince song on vinyl. Thank you, Zane. Zane says, remember to hit the like button, y'all. Always enjoy catching you live. Kurt, keep up the great work. Thank you so much. And thank you for reminding everybody to hit the like button. Bruce asks, the family video when you're skating behind the apartments, was that the one with the cube locations? That is the one. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's that wash, that flood control channel right behind that apartment building. They're in there for just a second. Hey, Hollywood George, how are you? MK says, Kurt, keep doing what you do. It's worth any frustration you may be feeling. Great content. Thank you. I appreciate that. Comments like that do help. You know, I love doing this channel. I love making these videos, but like anything, it does get frustrating sometimes. Sometimes it is really hard. I think anything worthwhile is going to be frustrating and difficult sometimes. But I do love doing it, and comments like that help. I like my oatmeal lumpy. Straight gangster Max. Sometimes I get ridiculous. Oh, sorry. Your comment got me going. You should do it. I watched it when I was 7 years old. Really, Jeff? You weren't bored when you watched that when you were 7? It's kind of, I feel like that movie would be slow for a 7-year-old. Monster Squad was actually filmed at Warner Brothers and the Warner Ranch. And then a little bit of stuff in the neighborhoods around there. Mr. Zook, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. And I'm glad that you enjoyed that Chuck E. Cheese video. That one was a surprise. That one kind of went crazy. Everybody really liked it. And I actually have, I'll let the cat out of the bag. I have another, well, yeah, I have another Chuck E. Cheese video that I didn't expect. Another one that I'm going to post soon. Something a little different. Hey, Bree, how are you? And thank you so much. Hello in Montana. I am not a big Pennywise fan, no. Don, hello. I am doing well. Thank you. I hope you are doing well also. Sorry, I got a little message there on the screen I'm trying to read. Hey, have you guys noticed Kurt's channel is getting more subscribers? Awesome job, Kurt. Thank you, 80s kid. You know, it comes and goes. It has its times where all of a sudden it kind of goes crazy, and then it'll hit a plateau for a while. Lester, what's up? How are you? I absolutely remember eating Ghostbusters cereal in the 80s. You know, it's strange. Like a lot of those cereals in the 80s, I remember them, but I can't remember eating them. And I had to, like the big ones, like Mr. T cereal. I don't remember ever eating it, but I know that I did. I do remember eating Smurf cereal, but I definitely remember eating Ghostbusters cereal, 100%. God, we had so much great cereal in the 80s. Maxell or TDK, you know, honestly, I didn't care. Whatever I could get my hands on. I liked those cool color cassettes. I think I mentioned that before, and someone told me that the cool colors were for girls. When will you do filming locations on Bad Influence? You know what? I'll be honest, I didn't have it on my radar just yet, but I will. I'll keep it on the list for you. Jeff says, thank you so much. Could you maybe give a shout out to my boy, Jeff Tucker? I shared your videos with him recently and he really loves them. Absolutely. Hey, Jeff, thank you so much for watching the videos. Hey, in Argentina. Hello, how are you? My wife was born in Argentina. Carlos, Beverly Hills Cop is such a great movie. Oh, you didn't like the Ghostbusters cereal? I remember it being delicious. You know, a lot of those cereals, though, taste the same. They're just recycled. You know, they change the color or the shape. Was punk and moshing, oh, sorry, the thing just, the chat just skipped around. Hold on a second. I'll get back to where I was. Was punk and moshing a big problem in the 90s and 80s? It was. I think the big problem was that a lot of clubs didn't allow it. But everybody wanted, I think, you know, now when you go to a lot of shows, you don't see that. People just kind of stand around now. It doesn't feel like it doesn't happen as much as it used to. Like in the 90s, anything that like had guitars and drums, there would be a pit. Like it didn't matter if it was Third Eye Blind or, you know, Blues Traveler, like someone would start a pit. It was crazy. And a lot of the venues, especially the smaller venues, didn't allow it because liability and people getting hurt, and especially crowd surfing and stage diving. So yeah, it was a really big issue. So especially like a lot of the smaller clubs that, you know, local bands would play at, like that my band would play at, there was always that thing, you know, the pit would break out, and then sometimes they would turn the band off. Sometimes, you know, remember a couple venues we played at, the owner would come out with like a broom and start hitting people with it. Fun times. Your shirt got me going. Our music is inspired by the Beastie Boys. Awesome. Fresh Deaf Crew. Hey, Steven in Northridge, how you doing? Jeff says, no, I was really smart when I was 7, and I was in a smart class, and I was the coolest kid in school. Well, congratulations to you, Jeff. Then I guess you did enjoy true stories. Just saw Heat for the first time, then immediately watched your video. Why did I wait so long to see that killer movie? You know, it happens all the time. There's so many movies that I come across that I'm like, how did I never watch this? And I watch it and I'm like, wow, that was amazing. So thank you so much for that, Steven. I appreciate it. Did I get any of the sweet Chuck E. Cheese displays and such? No. So from what a lot of people are leaving me comments like saying, you know, why didn't you take stuff? You got to go back and get stuff. From everything that I've been told by the manager there and by like Chuck E. Cheese enthusiasts is um, they will not let anybody get anything. Everything must be destroyed on site as they take it down. Like corporate orders them to destroy everything. So like they don't want any of the stuff out there floating around and being sold on eBay. It's a bummer. Yeah, I would absolutely love if I could get one thing from that Chuck E. Cheese. It would actually be the sign on the men's room door, the little that little oval sign with the old school Chuck E. Cheese on it. And then the other thing I really liked was the round sign above the counter with Chucky's face in it. Hey, Shiny Boy, how are you? Glad you were able to pop in. Jake, thank you so much for that super chat. So generous of you. The life of a repo man is always intense. This is true, Jake. So is the life of a YouTuber sometimes. Hold on, sorry, my chat jumped around again. Ash, thank you so much. I'm glad that you discovered the channel. Hey, Love Pink Hello Kitty, how are ya? I did not do anything special on May the 4th or Cinco de Mayo. Well, you know what? We went to a baseball game on Cinco de Mayo. Didn't have anything to do with Cinco de Mayo, but just for fun. Steven, thank you so much for that super chat and that that sticker of the pair lifting weights. Thank you so much. You're all so generous. All right, 80s kid, good night. Thank you so much for popping in. Good luck on your wedding that you have to set up. Ash, thank you so much for the kind words about the Heat video. Oh, love Pink Hello Kitty. Cookie Crisp is one of my favorites as well. Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles are still, and Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. Those are probably my top 3. I definitely remember eating the Batman cereal. I feel like it just was like Captain Crunch without the Crunch Berries. Am I wrong? That's what I remember. I don't see the Nintendo cereal I remember, but that's another one that I don't remember if I ever ate it or not. Yes, Christmas Crunch. I still get that every December. Break Time says, first time here. I grew up in the 80s, born in 72. I just wanted to say that I love your channel and your passion for the 80s. It was the best of times for music, movies, and TV. Well, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, for joining us, and for watching my videos. And thank you for those kind words. And I agree with you 100%, obviously. It was the best time for music, movies, and TV. And I think that is, you know, one could say that I'm biased because just of my love for the 80s, but I really think even if I step outside and try and just ignore how much I love the 80s, I really do think that there was no better time for movies, music, TV shows, video games, and toys. It was an amazing time. It really was. Well, I did just put out, Break Time 101, I did just put out a new Chips filming location. I don't know if you saw the one that I just put out, a couple weeks ago. But I'm already in the works with another one. So maybe this month, if not, then next month. If you were ever in San Francisco, would you do sneakers? Maybe. I was just in San Francisco filming for something else, and there's actually a lot of stuff that I got to go back up there for. Favorite Beastie Boys album. So my favorite Beastie Boys album is Licensed to Ill, just because like that was the first album that I got, and we wore that album out when we were kids. So it's just like a really sentimental album for me. I know everybody says that Paul's Boutique is a better record, and you know maybe it is musically, but Blood Eagle, yeah, I do have some more home movies, so I'll probably put something together. Thank you. Vinny, I have been in touch with Diane Franklin recently. We're trying to get something going for all of you. Ash, hello in Australia. Jason, you know, I have thought about doing a decline video. It's just the thing is there's not like all those clubs are gone. But we'll see. Maybe I'll find a way to do it to make it interesting. Hey, Ash, thank you so much for that super chat. Ash says, appreciate the work you've done. I'm looking forward to watching the back catalog. Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm excited that you're going to go back and watch some of the old videos as well. And I'm going to jump off of here in a couple of minutes, but let me try and get through a few more of your comments. Kurt, I think Chevy Chase is better than Bill Murray on his own. Fletch is a prime example of that. I don't know if I could agree with that or not. I mean, they have their own styles. Because I would argue now, and don't get me wrong, I love Fletch, love it. Love Chevy Chase, or I should say, I love '80s Chevy Chase, Vacation, Fletch. But Bill Murray, I would argue that What About Bob and Scrooged would be a good example of how amazing Bill Murray is. I do remember the parachute sky jump ride at Knott's. I definitely did not go on it. It seemed terrifying to me. Scared of heights. Yep, I remember when Gatorade was in glass. Everything was in glass bottles. Gatorade, Snapple, Pepsi, Coke, everything. Vinny, I like some of those 80s and 90s martial arts movies. Probably Bloodsport would be one of my favorites. Oh, Ryan, thanks for asking the outcome of the hotel room charge. Out of luck. Yeah, went back through the bank and the hotel and nothing. And I mean, really, the only thing left for me to do is to just, go complain to corporate. I don't think I'm going to get my money back that way, but still something to do. Beastie Boy Grasshopper video blew my mind. Thank you. Yeah, that was cool. One of those things that like I didn't expect to do, and just kind of popped up. Hey, 909 Adventures, how are you? Munchbox, how you doing? And Munchbox is voting for Chevy Chase. And me, I can't vote either way because I love them both. I think they are both amazing. Yes, new filming locations, absolutely. Working on one right now. Plus, Heat just came out a few days ago, if you didn't watch my Heat video. Working on a Valley video right now too. This next Valley video though is going to be a little different. It's a little different. Sorry, there was a message there popping up from YouTube. I let my kids watch both Fletch movies last week. They're only PG. Right, but remember it's 80s PG, so it's a little different. It's funny, my son like constantly goes through my movies and he's like, can I watch this? Can I watch this? And we're like, no. And he'll say, but it's PG-13. And my wife's like, yeah, that means it's R. If it's PG-13 in the 80s, Hey, Korean Cardboard, I am doing good. Hope you are doing well also. Thank you so much, Munchbox. Gotta come pay you all a visit pretty soon. Everyone, don't forget, if you are ever in the San Fernando Valley, you have to stop off at the Munchbox. The best hickory burger and chili cheese fries you will ever have. '80s Life has done the best Valley videos I've seen. Thank you so much. Oh boy. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I just wanted to pop in and say hey, because I have been neglecting you nighttime folks lately. I've been doing all daytime live streams. So I wanted to pop in and say hello to everyone who's not able to be at those daytime live streams. So just a quick recap, if you didn't watch it, I just put out a video on the filming locations for Heat that took me forever to put together. So if you haven't watched it, please go give it a watch. Working on something else right now. It's a little different, that will maybe be out, I don't know, maybe Friday or something. Working on a filming location right now, working on a Chips video, working on a Valley video, doing all of this simultaneously. So a lot of cool stuff coming up. Got some out of town stuff coming up. Lots of fun things coming in the near future. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. A lot of concerts coming up, and I always bring you all along on the concerts. So yeah. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight and joining me, and I will see you all soon. Have a good rest of your week and a good weekend. Take care.